What's up, guys? It's your boy KBDxTokyo back again with another episode. And in this video, all I have to say is, what the hell happened to Metazoo? And that's going to be our main focus for this video. Through market analysis, we're going to find out and get to the nitty and gritty why Metazoo crashed the way it crashed. Now, if this is your first time stopping by, my name is KBDxTokyo, and I am a big TCG collector located in the Bronx, New York, if you guys didn't know. Now, let me start this video off by saying this is not going to be a trash talking video where I'm going to trash talk and down talk Metazoo and say a whole bunch of mean things. This is not that type of video. Like I said, we're going to find out some facts and I'm going to give you guys my opinion of why I think Metazoo crashed the way it crashed and potentially how they can make things better in the future. But as always, like always, any good detective would go straight to the crime scene and try to figure out the beginning of how everything started. So I got some notes here. These are the notes that I took. All the information that I got was from metazoohq.com. So you guys can go get this type of same information that I did if you guys want. But like I said, we got to go to the beginning and find out how Metazoo all started. Now, if you guys are new to this and you guys don't know about Metazoo and you've never heard of Metazoo, I'm going to let you guys know. Plain and simple, Metazoo is a card game based around real-life folklore cryptids such as Bigfoot, Mothman, Chupacabra, things like that. So it's based on real-life folklore cryptids. Metazoo started in 2020. It was a Kickstarter that was backed by 255 people, and altogether, these 255 people pulled together $18,200 to start up this TCG. Personally, I believe there's two main things why Metazoo crashed the way it crashed, and that's poor market planning, and there's no other simple way to say this, greed. Greed and poor market planning are the two main reasons why I believe Metazoo crashed the way it crashed. And I'm not just saying that. Obviously, the market and what I'm going to show you is going to speak for itself, and it's going to show you guys why I think that. But that's just my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but let's get down to the facts. A Kickstarter booster box was shipped to everyone in 2021, and it was a $50 starter campaign. So I believe it was $50 for those people who invested in the initial Kickstarter. And then it was $79.99 for, the Metazoo marketplace and local game stores. So you can buy a Kickstarter booster box at the start for $80. So obviously these are very affordable prices. And what happens when prices are very affordable? Things get sold out. So now we look at the prices for the first edition product. All right, so we know the prices for Kickstarter. It was $50 for initial investor backers, and then it was $80 for anyone else that wanted to buy it on the Metazoo marketplace or local game stores. So then Cryptid Nation first edition releases. And this is where things kind of get a little iffy. So Cryptid Nation first edition booster boxes were selling at $100. No matter where you got it from, you're going to pay $100, whether you got it from the Metazoo marketplace or a local game store. You're going to pay $100 for Metazoo Cryptid Nation first edition during its release. Now, that's not bad. That's still pretty affordable. And guess what? It's sold out. With everything selling out in Cryptid Nation first edition, the secondary market was booming. Things were very expensive. And then the next big set comes out, Nightfall. And that's where things take a really big turn for Metazoo. The hype surrounding Nightfall was ridiculous. And after the release, booster boxes for Nightfall were hitting the $400, $500 range at one point. But let's get to the release. Nightfall released and the price changed once again from $100 to $140, which is the normal price that you see for a Metazoo booster box on the Metazoo marketplace, which in my opinion shows the level of greed that I'm talking about. Because I mean, your Kickstarter was 80 bucks, right? Sells out. Awesome. Great, because it's an affordable price. Cryptid Nation, 100 bucks. Okay, you put up the price just a little bit more. Awesome. Not too expensive. It sells out. Secondary market, booming. Great. Doing perfect. Then you come out with Nightfall, and once again, you raise the price to $140. Now, mind you, this is around the time where, you know, Pokemon is booming, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is booming, and I felt like this is where greed plays a big point, because once again, Metazoo is almost unknown at this point. You know, you have a nice little following, but it's not to the point where you can compete with these major corporations that have been out for a long time. So a Pokemon booster box was $140, and out of nowhere you want to raise your prices to compete with a well-established company. And honestly, you don't have, at the time, Metazoo did not have the amount of investors, collectors, and players to justify those types of prices, you know. And that's where I feel like that was the biggest turning point for Metazoo. Cryptid Nation 2nd edition and, you know, UFO and Wilderness comes out, and these products didn't do as good because, once again, the fan base wasn't all the way there yet. You jumped the gun. Metazoo jumped the gun too early. They're like, all right, Kickstarter sold out. Awesome. 1st edition sold out. Awesome. Nightfall sells out. And we put up the price. We got them hooked now.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Everyone's hooked. Everyone's on it. Now, push all the way through. And I believe that was bad. That was bad because everyone wasn't hooked. You had a tight little niche of collectors and players, and you know, it wasn't massive enough to the point where you can raise your prices to compete with major corporations. And what happens when things go up? When things go up, there's only one other place to go, and that's down.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch.
And when you have a lot of artificial inflation on the secondary market, people asking ridiculous prices for, you know, sold out products for simply that reason, because it's sold out, not because, you know, it's really highly valuable and because it's really highly sought after. They put a high premium on these prices because they were sold out. People who bought into these items at the prices that they bought into them made money. They made money because at the release, prices were very affordable. Now, my opinion, this is my opinion. I believe if Metazoo would have kept their pricing at $100 a booster box, every set would have sold out. And it would have bring new collectors and new followers to Metazoo, because when things are affordable, and I'm a new collector, right? At the boom, I did not want to buy anything on Metazoo. I just started collecting Metazoo like a few months ago, and that's because the number one reason why I started collecting Metazoo is because things were very affordable. The crash happened. All the product went from retail, above retail, to way less than retail, right? And I felt like it was the perfect time for me to get into Metazoo as a collector and, you know, to try to see exactly what Metazoo is about. And when you're a new business, I believe that's very important. You know, you, especially being a TCG, You want to put the product in as many people's hands as possible. That's the main focus, to have your product in everyone's hands so everyone can know and talk about Metazoo, you know? And the only way to do that is to have your products be affordable. That's why I feel like greed played a big part in this crash, because there was no reason. I feel like there was no reason to raise the price 3 times within 1 year. Like, I mean, it was within 1 year, Metazoo raised prices. You're being charged $140 plus tax. And on the Metazoo marketplace, this is what I don't like. They don't offer free shipping. It doesn't matter how much you spend on the Metazoo marketplace online. They don't offer you free shipping. And I think that sucks. You know, I think, you know, being an established company by now, you should at least offer free shipping over a certain amount of price, you know, over a certain price. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh booster boxes aren't even $140. Like, you can buy Yu-Gi-Oh booster boxes for $70 and under. So it's just, and Yu-Gi-Oh is a well-established brand. Like, come on. But I feel like, you know, that's where Metazoo went wrong. And you had, you know, people hyping it up and artificially inflating certain products. And when you artificial inflate products, yeah, it's gonna do good for a little bit, but it's gonna come crashing down. And that's exactly what Metazoo did. So how can Metazoo make things better? Obviously, I went to Comic-Con not too long ago. I picked up the Metazoo mystery plushie. It's a crossover that they do with Karami, however you say it. But it's a nice little crossover. But do I think it's gonna be enough to bring it back all the way to where, you know, things are gonna be booming again? No. I think they're gonna have to do a lot more than this. Yeah, it may bring new collectors, it may bring new investors, but I don't think it's gonna put it back to where it should need to be. What I do think, with following upcoming sets and what some advice I can give to Metazoo to make things better for the regular collector or the regular consumer in general, stick to your word and stick to the game plan. If you're gonna have a release, have the release and be on time. I believe that's where Metazoo messes up a lot. You know, they'll have a release for something and be massively late on shipping the products to the consumer. You know, I put in my pre-order for Legacy a while ago, back when it first started, when Legacy pre-orders first started. I put in the pre-order, and I don't even know what the hell's going on with Legacy anymore. I don't know when we're gonna get it. I don't know. I bought swimming trunks from Metazoo not too long ago. It was before the summer that I bought the swimming trunks. I had to email Metazoo legit halfway through the summer to receive my swimming trunks, because I was like, well, where's my swimming trunks? Summer's about to be over and I'm not going to be able to wear my swimming trunks. I believe shipping on time and being on time with release dates is really important to the brand of Metazoo, and it's important to us consumers, because we if I buy something, I kind of like want it right then and there. I mean, I'll wait like a week or two, but I don't want to wait. I believe that's just the little things Metazoo has to work on, you know, to be at the point where it needs to be. They have to work on the game itself, like the, you know, the computerized version, like the app version of the game, you know, where you can, I think they have the app to where you can see cards and deck lists and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if they have the actual, you know, TCG game app online to where you can play against other players and stuff like that. That's something that they need. You know, if they want to be successful in the future, they're definitely going to need that. If they want new collectors, if they want new players, if they want new investors, they have to step up the game, and they have to commit to their word 100%. You know, when you have a release, people want their things, people want their product when they're supposed to be released, you know. It sucks to have to wait for your product, and it sucks to have to push back a release because you're just not fully all the way there, and the execution isn't all the way there for the release. I believe poor market planning and greed played a big role in the decline of Metazoo and the crash of the products, because like I said, I pointed it out to you guys. You guys see it for yourself. There's no reason to hype the prices up on these products the way they did. And I believe if they would have just kept the prices the same, UFO would have sold out regardless of having massive print, you know, being printed way more than Cryptid Nation and Kickstarter. I think UFO would have sold out. Being $100 a box, more local game stores would have definitely invested in, you know, trying to sell Metazoo. Same thing with Wilderness. If Wilderness was $100 a box at release, I believe everyone would have bought it up. It would have sold out. Wilderness would have sold out regardless of it being printed way more than first edition, Cryptid Nation. And Seance, they had mappable boxes. I think that sucks. You got to work on that as well. But yeah, all these boxes, all these releases, I believe should have sold out, and the market is proving otherwise. You know, the market is going to tell the truth. The market's going to always straighten out, and it's going to give realistic pricing for these products, because pricing is based on demand, right? If the more people want the product, the more valuable the product is going to be, you know, especially if it's harder to find. And that's the reason why Kickstarter and first edition Cryptid Nation skyrocketed, because it was all sold out at an affordable price. The people who bought it at an affordable price definitely made money. It's just that when you get too greedy, people notice that. The market notices, because if the demand is not there for the product and you're charging too much for the product, guess what? No one's going to be willing to buy it. All the new collectors, or all the new people that you could have potentially, they don't want it. Because why? We're in a fucking recession. One, jobs ain't paying the way they should be paying. All right? Everything is going up. Food is going up. Rent is going up. Transportation is going up. And you want to be another person to raise prices on a hobby that's supposed to make us feel good and, you know, feel nice and, you know, keep us entertained. You want to raise the price on that when you just had an affordable price. And because you think everyone is hooked on your game, you're trying to feed off of everyone, honestly. And that's my honest opinion. And I'm looking at it from a logical, analytical way. And the market shows itself. This is just my opinion. But I believe everything would have sold out. You would have had new collectors, new investors, new players willing to give their time to Metazoo simply because it's affordable. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. So, if you guys like these types of videos, my name is KBDxTokyo. Please hit that subscribe button, because it'll really help your boy out a lot.